I was actually sucked into the story after the first couple pages. I love how it started. It was very creepy. All right, how's it going, everybody? This is the second time I've recorded this video. The first time I recorded it, I was having audio issues like you wouldn't believe. I got through the whole recording, and then I realized that nothing was usable on it. I don't know what happened because none of my settings have changed, but I've changed some stuff, tweaked some things, and I think this audio will be pretty good. I apologize if it's not. If it's relatively decent, I will still upload it and play with it later and figure out what's going on. If it's not, then this TBR is probably not going to be getting out for another few days. Anyways, though, I have 4 books this month that I want to talk about. This is my May 2023 TBR. There's going to be no ebook this month, unfortunately. This is going to be the first month for the last 3 months, I believe, where I won't have an ebook, which is since I bought an e-reader. I wanted to put an ebook on it, but I figured I have too many physical books that I want to get through first, and I couldn't find anything in ebook format that was really jumping out at me. I don't want to buy stuff that I really like. Like, I'm not going to buy like a Stephen King or something in ebook. Anything that I really I like to get into a physical copy. I mainly just buy like indie books or like self-published books in ebook format. That's kind of been my theme. But anyways, let's get into the first book I want to talk about. The first one I am very excited about because it is my first ever arc, even though it's technically not an arc. It is A Hunter Called Night by Tim Waggoner. He actually sent me this in exchange for a review. I promise to give a perfectly honest review. If I don't like it, I will be honest. I will tell him. But I've read a few books by him, and I don't think that it's going to be a bad review. The books I've read from him, I think, have been exclusively like novelizations and tie-in books. For example, I read Halloween Kills, which was written by him. Really enjoyed that, but I'm pretty big into novelizations and movie tie-ins, but it seems like a lot of the books that he's written has been that. So this might be the first original from him that I've read. The reason I kind of wanted this, though, is because I saw on Goodreads that it said if you like Horror Store by Grady Hendrix, then you'll probably like this, which is kind of strange because I don't think Horror Store is anything like this, but maybe I'm wrong, so we'll find out. Horror Store is kind of like a compy or a campy, like tongue-in-cheek type of horror comedy, but I really enjoyed that book, so if this is anything like that, I'm sure I'm going to enjoy this. So let me go ahead and read the synopsis, and you can see what this book's about. A sinister being called Night has pursued her quarry, a man known only as Aaron, for years. Now in desperation, Aaron seeks refuge within an office building, a place Night cannot go, for it's part of the civilized world, and she's a creature of the wild. To flush Aaron out, she creates Blight, a reality-warping field that slowly and inexorably moves toward and into the building. It transforms the building and its occupants in horrible and deadly ways, giving rise to a bizarre hellscape. Time is running out for Aaron. He can only frantically seek allies while fighting to survive. But unknown to Night, while she waits for the Blight to do its work, a group of survivors from a previous attempt to capture Aaron is coming for her. The hunter is now the hunted. So that should give you kind of an idea of what this is going to be about. It's pretty vague in my opinion. I mean, it's not super vague, but it's nothing that I can really put my finger on. It's not like it's a traditional haunted house story or something that you've kind of seen before. So seems a little bit unique for me, but I decided to read it because it's by Tim Waggoner, and I trust that he wrote a good book. This is also out May 9th, so be sure to pick it up. You can check out my review, which will be coming soon. I'm going to do my best to get that review out before May 9th, so check that out, and then you can pick it up too if it's a decent book. Next up here, we have Darkly Dreaming Dexter by Jeff Lindsay. And this is not a novelization. What do you call it when they turn a book into a movie or a TV show? That's what basically this is. It's the source material for what the TV show is based on. And it's different than the Supernatural series, where the Supernatural series was, it's like in between episodes. And I think this series is more about like it's going to follow it basically the same. I'm sure there's going to be some differences and the ending might be completely different, but it's basically like going to follow along with the series rather than be like filling in any gaps like the Supernatural series does. But Dexter is one of the few TV shows that I finished from start to finish. There's another like mini series that came out, which I haven't watched yet. I do plan on watching that eventually, but yeah, like I said, this is one of the few TV shows that I've actually finished. So I really enjoyed this TV show, and I've been wanting to pick up this book series since I found out it was a book series for a while. So super excited to read this, but let me go ahead and read the synopsis. You probably already know what this is about if you've heard of the TV show Dexter, but I'm going to read it regardless. Meet Dexter Morgan, a polite wolf in sheep's clothing. He's handsome and charming, but something in his past has made him abide by a different set of rules. He's a serial killer whose one golden rule makes him immensely likable. He only kills bad people. And his job as a blood spatter expert for the Miami Police Department puts him in the perfect position to identify his victims. But when a series of brutal murders bearing a striking similarity to his own style start turning up, Dexter is caught between being flattered and being frightened of himself or some other fiend. So Dexter is basically about a guy who's a blood spatter analyst for the Miami Police Department, and he kills people. He's a murderer, but he only kills bad people. In the show, he is pretty likable. I've heard in the book he's less likable, but that's kind of surprising since they specifically say in the synopsis here that he's a likable character. So we'll see how that goes, Bo, but I'm super excited to read this. This will be the second book I plan on reading in May. Next up, before we get to the third book, I just want to ask if you're enjoying the video, please hit the like button, and if you would like to see more content from me, also hit the subscribe button. So let's go ahead and move on to the third book, which is Vacation Land by Meg Mitchell Moore. I saw this book several times in the bookstore before I decided to pick it up. And I mainly picked it up for the cover, which is an absolute beautiful image of the beach. I don't know where the photo was taken, but very awesome image. It's kind of like a family drama, and that's why I didn't really immediately want to pick it up. I'm usually not into just random dramas that in books. It's just not something that I'm really into that much, I guess. I mean, there's no other way to put it, but I decided to pick it up because after reading Grady Hendrix's How to Sell a Haunted House, that had some family drama in it, and I was like, okay, maybe I'll check out some other stuff. And plus, it's going to be a nice summer read. It's not summer yet, but it's getting there. It's been pretty warm out where I am, so I've been kind of craving something that gives me like the summer vibes. So let me go ahead and read the synopsis on that one, and we'll see what this one's about. Louisa has come to her parents' house in Maine from Brooklyn this summer with all three of her kids, no husband, a barely written book, and a trunk full of resentment. Louisa is hoping that the crisp breeze off Penobscot Bay will blow away the worry she is feeling about her father's illness and the uncertainty she's carrying about her life choices and replace them with enthusiasm for both her family and her work. Louisa's not the only one searching for something in Maine this summer. Christy took a Greyhound bus from Pennsylvania with one small suitcase, $761, and a lot of baggage. She's got a past she's trying to outrun, a secret she's trying to unpack, and a new boyfriend who's so impossibly kind she can't figure out what she did to deserve him. But she can't keep her various lives from colliding forever. As June turns to July turns to August, secrets will be unearthed, betrayals will come to light, and both Louisa and Christy will ask themselves what they are owed, what they owe others, and how much responsibility they bear for the actions of previous generations. Okay, so as you can see, like I said, it does seem like there's going to be some family drama. I don't think it specifically mentions family drama, but it mentions like there's going to be some secrets revealed, so I imagine there's going to be some drama with the family and everything like that. But I mainly picked it up because of the cover, like I said, and I just wanted something to read while the weather's getting warm. As the months turn a little bit more warm and it's like hot just about every day, I do plan on reading a lot more warm weather books, as I like to refer to them. So that's probably the first warm weather book of the season, though, that I'm planning on reading. Okay, next up, we've got a sequel. And I'll give you fair warning, if you have not read the first one of this, I'll ask you to leave the video because I don't want to spoil anything for you. This is Clown in a Cornfield 2, Friendo Lives. And like I said, the synopsis does include spoilers, so please leave the video if you don't want spoilers for the first one. So let me go ahead and read the synopsis of this. After barely making it out of the Kettle Springs cornfields alive, Quinn's first year of college in Philadelphia should seem safe and easy. All she wants is to forget what happened and be a normal kid again. But instead, Quinn's past won't leave her alone as she becomes the focus of a host of online conspiracy theories that claim to prove that the Kettle Springs massacre had never happened. It's a deranged but relentless fantasy, and there's nothing Quinn can do to get the people to hear the truth, not even on her own campus. So when murderous clowns simultaneously target Quinn at a college party while another goes after her family back in Missouri, Quinn realizes that the facts alone are never going to save her. Her only option is to go back home, back into the cornfields, back to where the nightmare began, to set the record straight the only way she knows how. Because when the truth gets lost, that's when people start to die. I read the first few pages of Clown in the Cornfield 2, like right after I bought it. I don't know why I didn't complete it. It's not because it was a bad book or anything. I was actually sucked into the story after the first couple pages. I love how it started. It was very creepy. But I think I was probably just reading something else at the time, and this got put on the back burner, put on the shelf, and I didn't pick it up again. Quick note, I probably don't have to tell anyone that's watching this video this, but when you go into Barnes& and Noble, don't set drinks on books. When I picked this up, it was on a stack of books on a table, and the first one had like a ring of a drink mark. Like, I don't know if someone took their Starbucks in there or something and said on it, but please be respectful of books. I mean, be respectful of someone else's property regardless, but I just want to say that because I've never seen that before, and it was kind of shocking that someone was just willing to use a book as a coaster like that. But like I said, like no one on this video is probably needs to hear that. I'm sure we all have a healthy respect for books, especially. So, anyways, yeah, I can't really to read Clown in the Cornfield 2. The first one is awesome, very creepy. It's a YA novel, which I typically don't read YA. I will segue that into asking if anyone of you likes a specific YA book and you think I might like it, please suggest it to me. I do like YA, I just don't read it too much because a lot of the novels out there don't really capture my interest. But if there's anything else out there like this, definitely send it my way and I will be sure to check it out. So that is all I have for the month of May. I've got 4 books planned. I've got another review coming soon for the last book that I finished in April. So be on the lookout for that. That is, what is that one? That is Rules of Civility. I cannot believe I couldn't even think of the title. That is Rules of Civility. I've got the Rules of Civility book review coming out soon, so watch out for that. Thanks everyone for watching, and I will see you in the next video.